Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy, satisfying Saturday to each and every one of you. I hope you all have had a wonderful Saturday. I know I have. In fact, I was napping, and I said, you know what? Let me get up and get myself together because I need to get this video done. I need to get over to America's Best because they fixed my other pair of glasses, and I need to go pick those up because they close at 6 o'clock, so I definitely want my stuff. Plus, I need to get them to tighten these up because it feels a little loose on this side, and I don't want to fool with it since I don't have the eyeglass kit anymore. Y'all know we all used to have one with the little screwdriver to tighten your stuff up. Well, I don't have one of those anymore. I need to get one. So while I'm over there, I'll get them to tighten these up. And before I jump into today's topic, y'all, my neighbor's backing in the yard, right? I guess they say every time we come home, this chick is sitting in the car talking to herself. Anywho, so before I jump into today's video, I wanted to show you guys, I got my hair done yesterday. Yes, I'm feeling myself, okay? Let me just say that. But while I was there, I always check to see if Monty has any new oils, and I found not one, not two, but 3 bottles of oil. And I checked my stash last night. Y'all, have 25 bottles of oil, okay? 25. Now, 2 of them are Burberry. I have one this size, but I also have the bigger one. So, but still, I have 25 bottles of oil. I think I need to go to get some help so I can sit in a group and raise my hand and say, hi, my name is Michelle. I have an addiction to oil. But I love all of them. In fact, so I have Paris, that's this one. I love this blue color. I had this one on today. And this one is called Phantom League. And this one is called Dior Black. Now, I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to wear to church tomorrow, but I'm going to figure it out because I love all 3 of them. But because I had the Paris on today, I have to pick one of the other ones for tomorrow. And I'm on vacation next week. Y'all, the sister girl is on vacation next week, so I don't have to put on any oil at all, but I am anyhow. Now, let's jump into today's conversation because I need to finish up this video. Like I said, go pick my glasses up and grab me something to eat. Today's topic is holiday stress and depression. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is not what I really wanted to talk about today, but this topic kept popping into my head, and I said, you know what, Michelle, when that happens, it's because God is telling you this is what you need to talk about, because somebody somewhere needs to hear this message today, or be reminded of this today. And I'll tell you also why I think it came to my mind, because I've seen at least 4 different people, one right before I came outside, post that this time of the year is really hard for them because, you know, they're missing their parents, and I get it, you know, and I'm thankful that I still have both of my parents. Lord knows I'm thankful for that, but I do realize there are people someplace that are missing one and or both of their parents, and that can be really hard. Or just family members in general. And that can be really hard. Not to mention friends, but I'm just talking about family right now. And that can be very, very hard for a lot of people. And so I just want to never, ever take for granted the fact that I'm enjoying the holidays with my family, but other people cannot. And so, like I said, I've seen quite a few posts. One right before I started this video, of people that posted, you know, pictures of their family members and said that they're really missing them, and this time of the year is very hard. So my prayers go out to them, and I'll actually be writing about that in my prayer notebook this evening, because it's really sad. It really is. So the holiday season for most people is filled with fun, celebration, and get-togethers with family and friends. For others, it's filled with sadness, loneliness, and anxiety. Sadness is relative as it makes one person feel... Oh, wait a minute. Sadness is relative as how it in terms of how it makes one person feel. And others may not... I can't read my own writing. Hold on, y'all. Sadness is relative as it makes one person feel sad and depressed, and it may not affect another person the same way. Some people experience stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations over commercialization, financial stress, and the inability to spend time with family and friends. All of these things can and often do lead to headaches, excessive drinking, and overeating. So here are some things that you can do to deal with the stress of the holidays. And y'all forgive me, I told you sometimes I write and my notes just aren't making sense because my handwriting's not the best. So I have 15 things that I'm going to share with you, and I'll bid you good day. Number one, I said create realistic expectations for this holiday season. That is so important. And that's not even just the holiday season, but for this holiday season, I want you to create realistic expectations in everything you do. I mean, everything you do. It needs to be realistic. Stop thinking everybody's going to want to come over and spend time with you, because they may not. They may have their own plans for the holiday season. Stop thinking that you're going to go through, I mean, you can pray about it, definitely do that, but you're going to make it through the holiday season and not have a breakdown, because you might not. So in everything that you do, make sure you have realistic expectations. Number two, set realistic goals for yourself. And when I say realistic goals, keep it real. You may not feel like being bothered with anybody, and that's okay. It is absolutely okay. You might feel like you need a house full of people so that you don't feel down and out. And if that's your thing, that's okay. Whatever it is that you do, I need you to make sure your goals are realistic. Because if they're too far-fetched and you don't reach those goals, now on top of the holiday stress and anxiety and depression that you have, you've added something else to the list. Number three, don't take on more responsibilities than you can realistically handle. I say that to say this. Don't tell your family members, hey, I'm hosting Thanksgiving and or Christmas at my house. Everybody come on over. And you've taken on more than you can realistically handle, because you've got to clean your house from top to bottom. You've got to cook this full course meal. You've got to make room for everybody to be able to come over to sit down and eat. You've got to play hostess. You've got to not only cook all this great food, but then you've got to clean up everything once everybody leaves. So all I'm saying, and I'm using that as an example, whatever you do, make sure you don't take on too much. Just like if y'all having Thanksgiving and Aunt Sally's, don't sit up there and raise your hand. Okay, I'll bring the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and the cornbread. And maybe you don't talk that way, but now you've committed yourself to 4 things, and you can only realistically handle 1. So just live within your means. You don't have to overdo it. You have other family members, let them bring something. Number 4, make a list and be sure to prioritize the activities in order of importance. Oftentimes, I have a to-do list, and I have an app on my phone, so I can't show it to you because I'm recording, but I do have a to-do list, and I plug in things that I need to do. Now, I will be honest with you when I say I do not place them in order of priority. It's just a to-do list. It's on the list. When I'm done, I tap it, it checks itself off, and I keep it moving. However, I think during the holiday season, it is important that you make a list in order of the priority that they play in your life. So if you know that you need to clean your house to prepare for your guests, put that at the top of your list, okay? And then you need to go grocery shopping for whatever items you're preparing, put that next on the list. If you need to, I don't know, get an outfit, put that next on the list. Whatever it is you have to do, create the list, but put it in order based on priority. That way you're not just all over the place. And then at the end of the day, you've gotten 5 things done, but the 5 things that you didn't get to, those were the important things. So you got everything done but the main thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Number 5, be realistic about what you can and can't do. Again, don't sit here and say you can make the turkey if you don't know. That's like me saying, all right, Trish, I'm coming over and I'm bringing the turkey. Now, I don't cook at all. I don't know how to make a turkey. I've never made a turkey. Okay, I can look it up, I'm sure, and figure it out, but that's not my thing. So why would I offer to bring the turkey? Now, I can bring some cranberry sauce because I have several cans of Ocean Spray. Don't judge me because I don't judge you. But I do have several cans of Ocean Spray cranberry sauce. I can open that up nice and neat, put it in a glass bowl, and I can bring that. So that's realistic for me. But to say I'm going to make some stuffing, turkey, some mashed potatoes, well, I can open up a can of string beans, I can open up a can of corn. But outside of that, no, it's just not going to happen. Number 6, live and enjoy the moment. I definitely want you guys to live and enjoy the moment. Too often, and I catch myself doing this every now and then, but too often, physically I'm here, but mentally my mind is somewhere else. Do you get what I'm saying? Physically, just like right now, I'm going to be very, very honest with you because I always believe in being transparent with you. Physically, I am sitting here doing this video, but my mind is focused on already getting over to America's Best to get my glasses and then thinking about where am I going to get something to eat. I'm a great multitasker, okay? That's a scary thing. It's a good thing, but it's a scary thing. But I want you to live in the moment. And during the holiday season, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to live in the moment. I'm going to enjoy my family. I'm going to enjoy any friends that I choose to hang out with. And wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to live in that moment. I'm not worrying about holidays of old. Now, I will say this. I do think back to holidays of old when I was growing up. And it was our family. My Nana was still alive. My Aunt Edna was alive. My cousin DeWanda was alive. And my cousin Angie, my cousin Tommy, my Uncle Jimmy, my Aunt Marjorie, they lived over on Dry Log, and they would come over and we would just have a great time together as family. And so, you know, I do think about that. That crossed my mind the other day, but now it's just my immediate family. My mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, and my daughter, and my sister's husband, Chucky, and Frankie if he chooses to come over. But other than that, you know, I'm just living the moment. Live in the moment on Thanksgiving. For those of you that don't have to work, I want you to live in that moment. Don't worry about, Lord, when I go to work tomorrow, I got to be bothered with these people. I can't stand them. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do the other. Don't think about it. Don't think about what you have to do to get your house ready for Christmas. Don't think about gifts that you need to purchase. Live in the moment. And that's all year long. I am working hard on doing that. Just live in the moment. Number 7, don't set yourself up to be disappointed and saddened by comparing the times we live in now with the past, i.e. the good old days. And I just talked about that a few minutes ago. Sometimes you set yourself up for disappointment when you think back to a time when your family could get together and everybody could have a great time and it was just nothing but fun and laughter. Whereas now, sometimes you get together and somebody always has a little bit too much to drink and starts to bring up the past and things get a little ugly. So if you don't set yourself up for disappointed, if you don't set yourself up for disappointment, then you're going to be okay. So if you know Uncle Leroy, whoever that may be, tends to have a little bit too much to drink and he starts to show his behind, don't expect him to come and do anything different. Because when you do that, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You know Uncle Leroy's going to act a fool. He always does. If you have Aunt Mildred who comes and she likes to stir up the pot with what folks are doing, telling people's business, don't set yourself up for disappointment thinking, you know what, she's going to come and she's going to act like she has some sense. And you know she's not. All you're doing is setting yourself up for disappointment, honey. Just come, eat your food, kiki, and then roll out. You know what? Oh, it's getting late. I got to go. When that stuff starts to happen, that's your cue to exit. Number 8, if you feel lonely and you live alone, you may think about volunteering. You may want to think about volunteering at your local community center or your church. I do know that quite a few people this year are going to be by themselves for the holiday season. And so I don't want anybody to feel like they have to be alone. So why not go and volunteer at your community center, at your church, Safeway Feast of Sharing. I want to say that's on next Wednesday, but I do believe you have to register for that. I'm not sure, but you can go to the Washington Convention Center's website, check that out. But whatever it is, find something to do. If you have coworkers, you have coworkers, you have friends, you have neighbors. If they've invited you to come over and spend time with them, take them up on the offer. Because I don't want anybody sitting at home feeling like you have to be by yourself. Number 9, put a limit on drinking alcoholic beverages, as excessive drinking only increases your feeling of depression. Okay, so if you are a drinker, which thank you Jesus, I am not, but if you like to drink, I'm going to say put a limit on it. Put a limit on it. Decide, hey, I'm only going to have 2 drinks. That's my limit. Because the more you drink, the more some people become angry, some people become destructive, and some people just become downright ugly, and it worsens your depression. So put a limit on your drinking, okay? I know sometimes for people that do drink, but like I said, I don't drink, so I can only know this from talking to other people, that when you drink, you don't think about whatever that thing is that's been weighing heavy on you. So limit your drinking, okay? I'm going to have me quite a few cups of sweet tea. Don't judge me because I don't judge you. And that's not going to make me depressed or anything else. It's just going to make me feel good and have to keep running to the bathroom. So maybe you want to try that too. Number 10, try something new as you celebrate the holidays. So if you are always doing the same thing, sometimes that can become depressing because you're like, oh God, we're going to do the same thing again this year that we do every year. We never do anything new. Y'all know how that conversation goes. Try something new. Try maybe getting together as a family and say, hey, we're going to go, especially if you live in an area where there are walking paths, and say, hey, we're going to go take a walk before dinner. Or we're going to get together and take a family walk after dinner. Whatever it is. It can be something small. It can be something large. Whatever you do, try something new. Maybe you want to rent out a meeting space at a hotel near you. And instead of going to individuals' homes, you all meet up in that big ballroom that hotel offers. Bring all your food there. Excuse me, my sinus are draining. Bring all your food there and have a good time. That way, nobody has to open up their home to do anything, but you're still coming together. Whatever it is, just try something new. It could be going to take a plate to somebody, one of your senior neighbors. It could be taking a plate to somebody that just can't get out and about. It could be going to visit somebody. Whatever it is, try something new. Number 11, spend time with the people around you that are supportive. I say that because oftentimes we will spend time with people that don't give a daggone about us. We will spend time with people that don't encourage us, they don't support us in any way, shape, or form, but those are the people you want to spend time with. This holiday season and going forward, I want you to start spending time around those people that support you, those people that have your back no matter what, right, wrong, indifferent. They have your back. I want you to start spending time with them. Number 12, look at making new friends. Maybe you're doing some online dating or online something, maybe your social media platforms, but look to make some new friends. There might be some people at your church that you see every Sunday, but you have no idea who they are. Maybe you want to go over and introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Sister Michelle, or however you refer to yourself. What is your name? Because I see you every Sunday and you always wear the cutest hats or the cutest suits or whatever it is that they wear. Try to make a new friend, even if it's only one. Go out there and make a new friend. I have enough, so I'm good. Number 13, take time and reach out to friends and relatives that you haven't heard from in a long time and spread or receive some holiday cheer. Everybody has a family member that they haven't seen in a while. So if you have that family member or a friend and you go, you know what? I haven't heard from Cousin Jack in a while. Let me call and see how they're doing. Do that. You never know. They may be sitting there waiting for somebody to reach out to them. Maybe they're feeling down and out. Maybe they need a good laugh. But just find somebody or somebodies, depends on how many you have, reach out to them and make their day. Number 14, make some time for yourself. You know, during the holiday season, we get caught up with doing everything. We're entertaining family, we're entertaining friends, we're entertaining our children, our significant others. our neighbors, our co-workers, all of these things, and we forget to make time for ourselves. I try to make sure that as I wind down my evening, I am doing something just for Michelle. Now, don't judge me, y'all, because I don't judge you. And usually it's probably watching a Christmas movie. And I've been doing this all year long. Again, don't judge me because I don't judge you. I just love Christmas movies. And so I'm encouraging you to just make time for you. Too often, we get burnt out trying to make everybody else happy. And that's great that you have a heart to want to do that. But what good are you to other people if you won't take care of yourself? Take care of you first. Or make time for you. After you've loved on everybody else, you've spread the love for yourself, take time for you. Number 15, don't try to take on all of the holiday tasks. It's all right to ask for help. It is all right to ask for help. It doesn't matter if it's a big task or a small task. If you need some help cleaning up your house, getting your house ready for the holidays, it's all right to call up your nieces and your nephews, your sisters and your brothers, your cousins and your uncles, your aunties, whoever. Call them up and say, hey, look, you know what? I'm trying to get my house ready for the holidays. Is it possible you can come over and help me out? Because I just have so much to do. I just feel overwhelmed. You don't have to take on everything, okay? Number 16, keep track of your holiday spending. Sometimes when we deal with stress and depression, we tend to overspend. This is why it's important to write down everything you buy and note who it was for. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. When we become stressed, depressed, and or bored, like during the COVID season, I was just bored. I wasn't stressed or depressed. Amazon was coming up to this door several times a week. In fact, the one guy, he said, dang, I'm back again. You constantly ordering stuff. You're right. It's just because I was bored and I saw stuff on there that I wanted. So, but don't judge me because we all do it from time to time. But when you're stressed and you're depressed, and I even threw in bored, you tend to overspend. So I'm encouraging everyone to keep track of your spending. If you spend money on something, write down what it is that you purchased, where you got it from, how much it was, and who it was for. If you have a planner like I do, you can put a page in there and you can keep track of all of that. You can write it down in a notebook. You can, I have my Christmas planner, which I'm so excited about because I'll start working in that next week. And you know what? I need to order some holiday stickers. I just thought about that. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, keep track of it, because what you don't want to do is after you get through this holiday season, and keep in mind, the holiday season, in my mind, starts in October. Now, I don't get into celebrating Halloween, but I love to watch kids in their costumes and things. But holiday season for me runs from October through January. So we've gotten past Halloween. Now we're in November, so there's going to be shopping for food. And then once we get past Thanksgiving and starting in Black Friday, you're going to be doing a lot of shopping from Black Friday leading up to Christmas. And so I want to make sure that you're not overspending and you don't get to January 1st after you yelling Happy New Year to folk, and then you look in your bank account and you go, what the heck happened to my money? And then you realize, Lord have mercy, I didn't spend it all up. Why? Because I was depressed. I was feeling anxious. I was feeling lonely, all that other good stuff. And I just sat here and bought all this stuff that I didn't even really need. So keep track of that. That is so important. Here's your bonus. Don't stay away from the church. Let me say that again. Don't stay away from the church and the saints of God who can and will pray with you and for you. I want to leave you with that. I get it. During the holiday season, we get depressed, we feel stressed out, and we, for whatever reason, we like to pull away from the church. We like to pull away from God. Now, we'll call on God when we need things, but other than that, we're pulling away. I don't want to go to church. I just don't feel like being bothered. Don't do that. Don't pull away from the church. It's so important that you stay actively involved in your church. Okay? because it's just great to be around like-minded people. It's great to be around people that love the Lord just as much as you do. And guess what? Their happiness will rub off on you, believe it or not. A few weeks ago, I told you guys I had a seizure on my way to get my medication. Well, the next Sunday, I didn't go to church because I didn't feel like it. I love the Lord, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't feel like being around other people. And I thought that was the best thing for me. But I realized when I went to church last week that not going the week before, I really missed out on being around the people that I know and love and truly enjoy worshiping with. And so I said, you know what, Michelle, going forward, we're not going to do that. Just because you're feeling some kind of way, don't cut the church out. Because the church is where I go to be refueled. The church is where I go for my blessings and my healings and to receive new mercies and all of that other good stuff. And when you cut out the church, it's almost like you're cutting God out. It's almost like you're saying, Lord, I'm going through some stuff. I don't have time. I don't want to be bothered. Just leave me alone. Now, we can say that about people, but we don't want to say that about God, okay? Because we need him. We need him in every way, shape, or form, okay? And like I said, as you go through this holiday season, if you know that you are dealing with some type of depression because you don't have one or both of your parents here or some family members or some friends, don't cut out the church. Keep the church and God close to you. And I'm going to say this as well, as I always have said, if you need somebody to talk to confide in, if you just need somebody to pray for you, always know that you can reach out to me. My contact information, excuse me, is in the description box under the tab where it says Linktree. Click on that and you'll be able to find me. I have my calendar in there. My email addresses are in there. Reach out to me and I will get back with you. And if you just say, Michelle, look, I just need you to pray for me, then I will be more than happy to do that. But I don't ever, and I mean ever, never want you to think that you don't have anybody that cares about you, or that you don't have anybody that cares that you're by yourself, because I care. That's why when I tell you all that I love you, trust and believe, I mean it. I mean it to the core of my being. I love each and every one of you, and I want you to always remember that. You matter to me. You always have mattered to me, and you always will. That is just, if I had 10,000 tongues, y'all, I couldn't stress enough how much you all mean to me and how much it matters to me that you're not sitting somewhere balled up, rocking back and forth like this, feeling like you don't have anybody else in the world that cares about you, because I care about you. And I want nothing but the best for you, okay? So on that note, I'm going to leave y'all be. I'm going to get my butt up out of here so I can go take care of my stuff. And we'll come back on Monday with another motivational video. So if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And know that I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Which reminds me, you guys, I did not do a video on yesterday. And let me tell you why. I went and got my hair done. And there is a holly tree in my yard. You all can't see it, but I needed to cut that thing down because the branches were growing out, the top was growing up, and I wrapped my Christmas lights around that bush. And what I didn't want was to get all, and as I did yesterday, all cut up, scraped up, trying to wrap the lights around that bush. So I cut that thing back. And now it's just perfect. So when I start to hang my lights on it, I don't have to worry about branches sticking out and scraping me all up. Well, they probably will, but not as bad as they would the way it was looking. So I trimmed that up, trimmed up my azalea bushes, trimmed up this right here, as you all can see, that pine bush. I didn't cut it down as much as I wanted to. I'll wait till the spring and I'll get some landscapers to come out and do that. But I cut it back just a little bit because I put lights on that bush as well. And so I got all that done. And by the time I did that, y'all, I was tired. I just got back from getting my hair done, so I was tired, and I had some work to do, so I did that, and then I took a little power nap. And then I saw my messages. I left my iPad, so I had to go back up to the hair salon, get my iPad. And by the time I did that and got back, y'all, it was getting dark. It was around about this time, because right now it's 4:26, and it'll start getting dark real quick from about 4:30 on. So I said, you know what, forget it. I'll just do one tomorrow. So I do apologize, you guys, for not getting a video out tomorrow. Excuse me. And I also apologize because I haven't gotten a podcast out this month, I don't think. But that's all right, because I will be recording 2 of them tonight. So make sure you all check that out as well. But other than that, like I said, if you're new here, I do car conversations technically every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So come back on Monday where I have a motivational word for you. And this is not your first rodeo. I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your evening. Whatever you do, wherever you go, I just ask that you be safe. That's it. I just want you to be safe. Be careful and be safe, because I love you and I want you to come back and spend some more time with me. Plus, I want you to be able to spend time with your family and your friends. So if you're going out there to drink, y'all, please make sure you have a designated driver. Do not drink and get behind the wheel. If you drove yourself someplace and you've had something to drink and you've probably had too much, do not get your butt behind that wheel. Call somebody to come get you. Leave your car. You can come get it the next day. Because what I don't want you to do is put your life and others in jeopardy because you did something foolish that you didn't have to do, okay? Love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill, you know the spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can ever do about it, because my love for you is unwavering. My love for you is strong, and I believe it gets stronger every day, every month, every week, every year. Love you all. I want nothing but the best for you, and guess what? The best is yet to come. Love you. Take care. We'll talk again on Monday.